你好, welcome to Ask Andy to learn Mandarin Chinese. In this video, our topic is more about what in Mandarin Chinese. I'm going to answer two questions. Question number one, does what equals to 什么 work all the time? I made a video before to talk about what in Mandarin Chinese. I put the link in the description below, you can check it out there. But in this video, my focus is, does that equation work all the time? I'm going to show you some examples to illustrate my point. Question number two, what's the connection between what and 几 or 多少? You may ask, is there any connection between what and 几 or 多少? I'm going to show you some examples, and you are going to see the answer in this video. Let's get started. Question number one, does what equals to 什么 work all the time? In almost all those dictionaries, you're going to find the translation for what is 什么. But my point here is, does it work all the time? And my answer is, no, it doesn't. Why do I say that? Let's see an example. If it works all the time, what day in Chinese would be 什么天? That's the literal translation. What is 什么? Day is 天. But is that a correct translation? I'm sorry to say, no, it's wrong. What's the correct translation for what day in Chinese? That is 星期几. 星期几. How do you say, what day is it today in Chinese? It's a question. When you are making a question in Chinese, you must remember the word order in Chinese questions is different from that in English. Do remember, the word order in Chinese stays the same as subject, verb, object, like the one we have in a statement. So when you are doing or saying that in Chinese, you need to say it as today is what day? And that is 今天是星期几? 今天是星期几? Probably you are going to hear people say it. 今天星期几? 今天星期几? Usually we don't say that, 是. Here you can see what in Chinese is 几. 几. Let's see another example. What's the date today? In Chinese it is 今天是几号? 今天是几号? Again, that 是 is optional. And people are lazy. If there is a shortcut or say less, for sure they are going to do that. The literal translation for that is today is what number? What number of the day in the month, right? And here you can see it again, that what is 几. Let's see another example. What's the time now? In Chinese it is 现在是几点? 现在是几点? People are going to say it shorter. That would be 现在几点? 现在几点? And you can tell the what here is 几 again. And the literal translation for that is now is what point? What point of what? What point of a clock, right? Let's see another example. What's your cell phone number? In Chinese it is 你的手机号是多少? 你的手机号是多少? Here you can see the what in Chinese is 多少. 多少. Let's move on to another example. What are the last four digits of your cell phone number? Actually, this is a really important question in China. The last four digits of your cell phone number are often used as the verification code for online registration or online payment. So it's an important question. How do we say that? That is, 你的手机号后四位是多少? 你的手机号后四位是多少? Actually, the 后 here should be 最后, the last. Again, you can see the what here is 多少. Talking about a verification code is a really important question here. What's the verification code? In Chinese it is 验证码是多少? 验证码是多少? And you can see the what here is 多少. Let's move on to another important question in Chinese. What's the zip code? In Chinese it is 邮政编码是多少？邮政编码是多少？ You can see again, the what here is 多少. From these examples, you can see my point for question number 1. Does what equals to 什么 work all the time? And right now is the moment for me to answer question number 2. What's the connection between what and 几 or 多少? The important point for this question is, when do we translate what to 几 or 多少 in Chinese? Let's see these two sentences. Sentence 1. What's your QQ ID? QQ is a popular instant messenger in China, like WeChat. And what's your QQ ID in Chinese is 你的 QQ 号是多少？你的 QQ 号是多少？ Here you can see the translation for what is 多少. But when it comes to WeChat ID, it's another case. What's your WeChat ID? It is 你的微信号是什么？你的微信号是什么？ Okay, here it involves in the difference between QQ ID and WeChat ID. That would be the reason why we translate what to 多少, while we translate what to 什么 here, right? So what's the difference between QQ ID and WeChat ID? QQ ID is composed of pure numbers, but WeChat ID can be the combination of numbers and letters. From these two sentences, we can have our point 1. What would be 几 or 多少 in Chinese when it refers to pure numbers like QQ ID, while it stays as 什么 when it refers to numbers plus letters like WeChat ID? This is point 1. Okay, from sentence number 3 and sentence number 4, we are going to see point 2. Sentence number 3. What's the price? In Chinese is 价格是多少？价格是多少？ Sentence 4. What's your salary? In Chinese it is 你一个月的工资是多少？你一个月的工资是多少？ Here is point 2. What would be 几 or 多少 in Chinese when it refers to prices or a sum of money? It's a bit complicated, right? Let me summarize it for you. Point 1. What equals to 什么 when it refers to numbers plus letters, etc., or something else. Point 2. What equals to 几 or 多少 when it refers to 1. Pure numbers. 2. Prices. 3. A sum of money. I know it's not easy for you to remember so much information in a short time. Let's try it out with a quiz. What's the password? Passwords are often composed of numbers plus letters. So, it is 密码是什么？密码是什么？ And for this sentence, what's your ID number? See, what number? Numbers, right? So the translation is 你的身份证号是多少？你的身份证号是多少？ When it comes to what number, that what would be 多少？ This important question. What's your passport number? Again, what number? It refers to numbers. So it is 你的护照号码是多少？你的护照号码是多少？ Another important question. What's the ticket price? It refers to price. So it is 票价是多少？票价是多少？ What here would be 多少？ The last question. What's your budget? Your budget refers to a sum of money. So it is 你的预算是多少？你的预算是多少？ That's all for today. Thank you for watching. 再见。